The paradox of machine ethics. The notion of machine ethics introduces a profound and complex dilemma. If an AI is designed to follow a specific moral code, but its actions inadvertently cause harm, where should the responsibility lie? On the surface, the solution seems simple. The AI is merely a tool programmed to follow a set of predetermined rules. However, when the outcome of following those rules leads to unintended consequences, such as harm to an individual or group, this raises fundamental questions about the nature of moral responsibility. The traditional understanding of ethics involves humans making decisions based on their ability to understand context, predict outcomes, and navigate complex moral landscapes. Humans possess emotional intelligence, a sense of empathy, and the ability to weigh competing moral values. These are all elements that guide moral judgment. A human being can feel guilt, remorse, or shame when their actions cause harm, and society holds them accountable for the choices they make. In contrast, AI does not possess a capacity for emotions, understanding, or moral judgment. It operates solely based on its programming, algorithms, and the data it processes. When AI follows its coded instructions, it does so without any awareness of the ethical consequences. It is incapable of experiencing the moral weight of its actions, nor can it alter its course unless explicitly reprogrammed. But this absence of personal accountability in AI presents a paradox. If an AI follows a strict moral code, and that code directs it to make decisions in a specific way, should the AI be held accountable for actions that are harmful? For example, consider an autonomous vehicle program to prioritize the safety of its passengers above all else. In a life-or-death situation, the vehicle might swerve to avoid hitting a pedestrian, but in doing so, it could harm the passengers inside. In this scenario, the machine is merely following its ethical programming, but it results in unintended harm. Should the machine bear the responsibility for this harm? Or should its creators be held accountable for designing a system that lacks the ability to adapt to the complexity of human lives? One perspective is that responsibility for the AI's actions should rest solely with the creators, designers, and programmers who designed the system. After all, these are the humans who establish the parameters and constraints within which the machine operates. If an AI makes a harmful decision, it is because the people who programmed it did not account for the full range of potential consequences. If an AI cannot adapt to a situation that requires moral judgment or emotional intelligence, is it because the designers failed to embed these capabilities in the system, or because they failed to foresee the consequences of their design choices? On the other hand, there are those who argue that if AI becomes advanced enough to make autonomous decisions in real time, it should be held accountable for its actions. This line of thought suggests that even though the AI is following orders, its decisions should still be subject to ethical scrutiny. Just as humans are responsible for their actions, even if they follow orders or protocols, the AI, in some sense, could be viewed as accountable for the consequences of its decisions. However, this stance also creates a slippery slope, as it suggests that machines could be held accountable for things that were not their choice, but rather the result of the system they were programmed to follow. Moreover, the question of machine accountability extends beyond individual cases of harm. As AI systems are deployed on a larger scale across industries like healthcare, criminal justice, finance, and autonomous weapons, the question of collective responsibility becomes even more pressing. Who is responsible if an AI system, working across multiple institutions, makes a series of decisions that result in widespread societal harm? Is it the company that owns the AI, the government that regulates it, or the individuals who created the algorithms that form the basis of the system? In complex AI systems, responsibility may be diffuse, with each layer of decision-making compounding complexity of accountability. This paradox highlights an essential tension in the development and deployment of AI. While machines are often considered impartial and objective, their ethical decisions are inherently shaped by human choices. As AI continues to advance, society must grapple with the implications of machine ethics and accountability. Should machines be held accountable for their actions, or is that responsibility too complex to assign to entities that lack consciousness or emotional capacity? More importantly, how can we design AI systems that are capable of making ethically sound decisions, while also ensuring that the burden of responsibility does not fall entirely on the machines themselves? The paradox of machine ethics demands that we reconsider our understanding of moral responsibility in the age of AI, challenging us to rethink how we define agency, accountability, and the role of human intent in the creation and use of technology.